The following program is hosted by immature, irreverent, obnoxious, and often disgusting young men. Listener discretion is advised.
This time on Nude Clan, Deus Volt.
Shall we play a game?
Player to another. Dark soul turn on the TV, pick up the controller and play some games with the Nude Clan.
Welcome to another episode of Nude Clan. I am your host, Caleb Craig.
And this is Cameron.
Caleb Schweiss.
And Joseph DeGolier.
Yes, and today we're going to be talking about For Honor, a game that Cam and I recently beat.
Oh, wow. Is that...
Wait, what? But I thought, what happened, Caleb?
What do you mean?
Well, wasn't it supposed to be a different game that we were going to review?
Oh, you mean Shitsiders?
Oh.
Shitsiders. That was your nominee.
That was.
I know, but it's been
My
giving
favorite
me...
drink at Thanksgiving.
Shitsiders?
What do you give me another mug of that hot shit cider.
Get some like brown toilet water and heat it up in the microwave.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Get an apple in there.
Yeah.
All right, so what's your excuse
one
this
apple.
time?
Well, okay, so I was playing the War Mastered Edition on my PS4, and it kept skipping
By the way, I have the War Mastered Edition too, so...
I don't know what's going on with
Stop
my
being
version.
such a pussy.
It keeps skipping cutscenes on me, and it's been glitching out on like when I try to do jumping and attacks and stuff. So I decided I'm just going to play it on my PS3. I found a save file that was like 20 minutes behind where I was. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to start from there.
Yeah,
So I lost,
20
like-
minutes behind.
It was, yeah. I fucking lost
Convenient.
I lost my fight to Tiamat.
So is this
I
gonna
have
be-
to do it again.
Is this going to be like the reverse of what Joe did? He just like ended a game on someone else's save, and so you're starting your game on
But
a
it's
different
my
save as
own
well.
save. though.
Yeah,
True, but it's
ago.
not the save from this playthrough.
I don't give a shit.
Of
course you don't, Joe.
The real reason why Craig didn't finish his game is...
I'm just a kid.
Really?
Maybe another real reason is because
poor drop.
Craig was in a little bit
perfect
of an
drop.
accident this past week too. Maybe that has something to do with it.
Oh yes, there was a minor car accident.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying like an accident, like, oops, I just shit
Like he shit his
myself.
pants.
No, Cam
happens
wet
regularly on
himself
the
earlier,
diet, but you know,
yeah.
That was,
I did use my pants earlier. So
that was last week.
You jizzed your pants earlier.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
I do that about every other night, so.
It's
Every
like
other
those,
night.
that fucking pineapple
every night.
fajitas were just too much to handle. Too much for this poor mouth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too much
So
information.
I'm glad you're okay. So did you rear end someone?
Yeah, I couldn't stop because of the fucking blizzard. So, but their car wasn't damaged at all.
But you were
But-
following close enough behind them in a blizzard in order to hit them.
No, I was like 30 feet behind him, and my car wouldn't stop.
I just imagine this type of scene. You know how in Monty Python Holy Grail, where they're looking at the guy running at him,
Yeah,
he's
he
so
gets
far
further away.
away.
Yeah,
and
and
he's
then
far
all of a
away.
sudden
He's far away. So I imagine this like Caleb. He's maybe like his 100 plus feet away, and he's like, "No, dude, I stopped way in time." It's just sliding. He's still far away. Sliding.
All
Still
right,
far
I
away.
had
And all of a sudden, he's fucking up in their
I
rear
had
end.
3 people corroborate the story that it was like a 30 feet stop, and it wouldn't stop.
but
Yeah,
they
one
don't
of them-
know how bad
One
you
of them
drive.
is a known one of them is a known drug abuser. So I mean, take that how you
Okay,
will.
so who?
Fuck
So were
you.
there others in the car with you, or were they standing by? Because you're going to pick up you're picking up your sister and her boyfriend from the gym.
No, not my sister, just her boyfriend.
Is she still dating that fucking...
Yes.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
That's why I said that one of the witnesses is probably high off his ass.
Oh, boy.
Plus, he's
So-
fucking half retarded. So.
Okay, your sister's not that dumb to be dating that guy.
I mean, if you were,
yeah,
we could understand. But
Anyway, so
If you were dating that
who
guy...
corroborated
Caleb,
your story?
or Caleb.
I'd be pretty jealous too.
Oh man,
Who would be the man, Cameron?
the Freudian slip out of Joe. But anyways,
Joe had a Freudian slip.
yeah, he wants to fuck men. That's what he said.
I said Cameron
I
was
thought you were
dating
talking
that
about
guy.
he wanted to bang his mom, and I was like, when did he say that?
Oh, whatever.
That's stretching it.
Well, it's a Freudian
That is one of the
slip.
things, yeah.
Yeah, that is. But Caleb, who watched this happen? So you said 3 people.
The
Were they
lady
just
I
3
hit.
men? Okay, so she's fucking facing the other way.
Yeah, he couldn't stop because of the ice.
She was.
I saw it.
She was.
She was
I saw his brake lights. I saw his
watched
brake
it
lights.
happen.
She was fucking facing the other way because he rear-ended her, unless the story's changed. But who are the other 2 people?
There was a person behind us, and
Okay.
then Nick, who was in the car.
Oh, so he was with you?
Yes.
Okay.
I was
Nick
picking him up.
LaDouche.
I thought you were on your way to pick him up.
This is what
I was
happens
on my way back.
I do want to explain something about Nick. He does wear sunglasses inside.
So
Yeah.
this game.
Well, there's a reason that he wears sunglasses inside, different from the reason why I do every
What?
now and
Because
then.
his pupils are always dilated. 'Cause he's
Exact-
fucking high.
No, because he doesn't want to show you his fucking his pupils
His
and then
blitzed eyes.
and his allergies too. His like a little redness.
Oh yeah, the allergies. Yeah, I have an allergen problem.
Yeah, and that's what it is.
Problem.
No.
So anyway, what have you guys been playing?
Well, I'll start.
Keep
since I'm
away
to the
from your
left.
vehicle.
Yeah, fuck you. Yeah, we don't have to worry about that game anymore.
If you guys are into an intense experience, put you on the edge of your seat. Sit shotgun with Caleb. It'll do it every time.
Oh,
Fuck
yeah.
you.
That is more intense than any roller coaster ride.
I can't do it now. He ruined his car. I can't. I don't have this.
He's gonna get a
experience.
new one sometime. Who?
Yeah.
Maybe.
And I don't want to.
45, yeah.
And I don't want to let him drive mine. So I don't want it that badly.
We need to go to like some fucking derby that they'll let us
is
drive trash cars.
Fucking scary.
But yeah.
Fuck you both.
But here's the thing. You can't just go to a derby. You got to go to a place with like streetlights and shit.
Yeah.
Because that's the real fear. And other pedestrian cars, just like...
Pedestrian cars.
Oh yeah, cars that don't want anything to do with getting hit by Caleb. They're getting real close to it, man. It's real.
So a
frightening.
derby would just be awesome with him then.
My concern, Caleb, and I know this based upon the 2 times that you've driven me in your passenger seat. My concern is that
Remember when we
all
moved
right,
on?
You slid on the ice, but you do have a habit of being up someone's ass when you're driving around.
He does.
And
This
the
other kid
worst
does
time to
too,
be
but-
up someone's ass is in a snowstorm.
I was pretty far
30
behind
feet,
her.
depending on the speed, is not far enough.
I'm leaning on trusting Caleb that he was far behind her because he gets kind of intimidated sometimes with driving, and if there's snow on the ground, I'm pretty sure he was going
I drive
slow.
slow as shit when it's snow.
It's just
I was literally going 25 on the
we
freeway.
gotta look into the momentum side of things here.
Stola says, "Don't worry, he's a terrible driver too."
Oh, okay, there you go.
There you go. Yeah.
But anyways, okay, we are gonna move on. Games I've played.
We can't just shit on each other.
Well, we can shit on each other, but we usually do that
Can't
off
shit on
camera.
me. It's too much.
I can shit on
Yeah,
you.
he's
Fuck you.
already down there. So
I guess.
Anyways,
How did you get up here? Did you get a ride?
Yeah, came.
Oh, Cameron.
I give him a ride.
now he has to do what we want to do. Like if we say, "Hey, we're going to do a drinking game," then he has to join.
he has to
He
stay
can't
over.
leave. Yeah.
That's true. Oh, speaking of drinking games, I brought up one to Caleb, a Mario Kart drinking game that
Yeah.
I think it would be fun to do.
I just think that's awesome, dude. A racing
Get worse
drinking
and
game.
worse at Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Dude, it's gonna be
so
fucking amazing.
basically what you do is you have to either choose to front load the beer or get far enough ahead of the other people to drink the beer, because you can't finish the game unless you have completely drained your beer.
And you can't drink and drive.
And if you and so like if you want to drink it while you're like on the course, you have to pull over to the side of the road and then drink, because drinking and driving is wrong.
Yeah, and if you get hit and you start moving again, it counts, and you have to chug another beer. How about that? So,
Well-
like, if you see somebody off to the side drinking their beer, you can nail them with
Well,
a move, and they like advance, so they've driven. and they have to drink another beer.
Oh no!
But that way you just like fucking troll,
I
go
have
super
to drink
slow.
another beer.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
and then we added a thing for if we do this with Burnout 3 that it
Every time
if
we take down,
if we
yeah.
take down somebody, they have to drink.
The problem with the new Mario Kart is that the first two people will get in there, and if the other people aren't fast enough, the game will just end.
What do you mean?
Oh, that's true. So if you have a guy who wins, then everyone else has to finish in
Well,
a
you
set
can
time
you can
period.
do it without the AI, I think.
Yeah. So we're gonna do it without the AI, and
That's true.
either you slam your beer to begin with and then start driving, or you drive and wait right before the finish line and slam your beer then. It sounds like those two are the best tactics.
Yeah, I know which tactic I would use.
I'm gonna slam. I'm gonna slam it in the beginning and then drive. But that's the idea of like as you're progressing in this racing game, you're getting more and more drunk as time goes on. And
Yeah, that's the
man.
real keeper for Cameron is the getting more and more drunk. He doesn't care about the Mario Kart.
If it was Burnout, I think I would enjoy this more. If it was the Burnout game,
All right,
Where we
well,
have to take them out.
yeah,
maybe
and then
maybe we'll fuck with that later. What have you been playing though?
All right, so this week I've been playing For Honor, of course, and Battlefield 1. I think I touched Darksiders just a little bit, but then Caleb's like, oh, hey, I'm not going to beat the game, so let's beat For Honor instead. And so, yeah. Oh, and then just before with this episode, I was playing Borderlands 2, and I booted Civ 5, but didn't actually play it.
Didn't we play it last weekend though?
We did, but that was that was after the episode. So, yeah, we played it last weekend as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Let's see. I've been playing a bunch of Final Fantasy 13-2. I completed that game. Spoilers. I did a bunch of Civ 5 and Age of Empires 2 this week as well. I played on Sunday and Saturday, late Saturday night. Played a bunch of those games. That was a lot of fun. And I think I booted up. No, I played a little bit of Tales of Zestiria, but other than that, it's been those other 4 or 5 games. That's about it. So
Just 13-2 the entire time.
yeah, I did like 12 hours or 13 hours of 13-2 this week. So
Wow.
yeah,
All I played was 13-2, and I beat it.
yeah,
So,
nice.
pretty much good there. It did take me a while to kill the final boss. Had to come back another day and kill him. After doing some leveling up. All I did this week was level up and kill that guy. I'm excited to start Tales of Zestiria. There's something about, for me, like, I'd rather beat one game at a time. I don't,
Yeah,
doing the multiple games thing is like,
I totally
rough,
agree.
bugs
But
me.
yeah, I just
and
wanted to.
UFF is another half of my life. So I gotta work on 13-2. I dug it. I dug 13-2 though.
Nice.
I really did. Yeah. What have you been playing?
I've been playing some For Honor, a little bit of Darksiders because I had to reset on my PS3. Age of Empires 2,
Oh, yeah, fuck, I
Civ
played that too.
5, and then I started a game of Jedi Knight, Jedi Outcast, which is pretty sweet.
Why couldn't they just pick a name?
Well, the series
Jedi
is,
Knight, Jedi Outcast.
the series
Jedi.
is called Jedi Knight, but
Okay.
the game is Jedi Outcast.
All right. Well, did anybody beat a game this week?
Yes, I beat For Honor.
Congratulations. For Honor.
Cameron, same for you.
Honor.
I did play For Honor and beat it as well.
Oh, shit.
All right. I beat Final Fantasy 13-2. Same night as Joe, actually. Well, sort of. It was 2 a.m.
So like the next day, just a few hours later.
Yeah. So that was fun.
I also beat Final Fantasy 13-2.
Sweet.
So we all beat something. That's good.
It looks
Good
like,
week.
yeah, finally. It looks like leaderboards haven't really changed. Craig and Cameron tied with 5 games. Me in second/third place with 4. And Joe bringing up the rear, as per usual, with 3.
As per usual.
Cam was in last place for a long time.
He was.
last year.
You guys tied, though, at the end.
Okay.
Yeah, at the end we tied
Because
and,
Cameron
yeah.
went psycho mode and just fucking...
There was a week there.
He had
there
to
was
do
a
it.
few games I had to get in. So yeah,
We have collected March's hog.
Yeah.
And so it's important to do the real rankings here.
Yeah, first time of Hog in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did revamp it. We haven't revamped the actual app, the program yet, but we can go in and fuck with that later.
Yeah, let's do that.
But we're going to do Consumption Hog, and we're going to try and
Consumption Hog is Super Hog.
Yeah, Consumption Hog is Super Hog. We're going to try to do something for the Ownage Hog,
yeah.
but it's not going to be the contest. So right now, I just took everybody's entries and did the math and pulled out the Consumption Hog, which is what we're going to do the award for at the end of this year. And that's what we're reading today.
We're also reading Nude Clan Hog.
And Nude Clan Hog, yeah, that hasn't changed.
The regular Hog, oh boy, in last place, I'm sorry to say this, Disa Auckland, with 1 game beaten this year. Felicia Nomiko follows with 2 games beaten this year. Me and Danny 83222 both have 3 games beaten this year. Schweiss, you and True Hoax have 4 games beaten this year.
All right, that's not bad.
That's not too bad. Cameron, Caleb, tied with 5 games beaten this year. There you go. There you go.
There's a bit of a jump here.
3rd place, Corey, 9 games beaten.
And I think he's platinum
by
7 of those.
March.
Yeah, he's really on a roll with those plats.
Oh,
Yeah.
you think he's on a roll? Fear not. Austin Bracken, 12 games beaten so far this year. That is, let's see, we're 9 weeks into the year, so Corey was beating a game a week.
Austin's
Austin
1.3 games a week. That's
12
sick.
games. And then last year's winner, sort of.
Yeah.
Sort of doesn't,
He doesn't count.
Rigged.
Last year's Nude Clan adjacent host,
Adjacent.
Jake, has beaten 17 games. What the fuck?
That's almost
That's how many games we beat last year.
Oh yeah, and keep in mind that he doesn't have very much time to play. Just call him out on that.
That's what he says.
Oh, yeah, I don't have much time to play. Just,
Also, he
always
says that his
so busy.
goal is to
He's
beat
playing.
53 games this week. I mean, this year. Not this week. This week. But,
Well, he has failed.
he's trying to beat his record of last year by at least 1.
Yeah. So that's it for Nude Clan Hog. For Super Hog, we have in first place the old switcheroo. This is something we noticed a lot last
How
year.
dare you go from first to last? Okay,
Oh no, shit, you're right. Let's do last. 10th place,
me.
very bottom. Yeah, Joe, bottom of the pool. Me tied at 9th place with 20 points. Craig and Cameron 8th place. We've got 7th place True Hoax, 6th place Corey, 5th place Felicia Nomiko, 4th to Jake. 3rd.
Yeah, Jake's in 4th with that.
Yeah, we don't have our movies or anything in, so it's kind of rough.
Okay.
Danny in 3rd place, 2nd place Austin Bracken, but switching.
123 Super Hog points.
Yeah, 123, and then the top dog right now for Super Hog is Disa Oakland with 168 Consumption Hog.
Damn.
Congratulations.
A lot of fucking books.
She's like,
Wow.
yeah, that's pretty
Hey, our Swedish.
awesome.
Is she Swedish, right?
Norwegian.
Yes.
Norwegian. Okay, I'm sorry. So,
Jomu is Sweden.
So
He is Sweden.
He's all of Sweden.
Yeah.
He's the only one from Sweden that matters. Really.
When
I
he
do
says
wonder
he-
because different languages have different word counts.
Yeah.
Some
I wonder,
That is true.
When he takes the
But-
dogs out, he means he's letting the peasants out of their homes. That's why it takes so fucking long.
It takes him like an hour to
He
do
probably
Yeah.
lives in an apartment building, has to walk them all the way down and then to the part where they can go relieve themselves and back up.
Probably. So yes, please guys, get your hog in for next month. We are getting it up and running, and we're going to edit the
it. Page.
the hog calculator within the site. So
I think we'll probably just put 2 different calculators on there. There'll probably be 2 different tabs.
all right, that's fine. And we'll have a super hog, and then we'll have the consumption
Yeah.
consumption hog and owner hog is what it would be. So
Or we could. Okay, we'll mess with it later.
yeah, you'll see it. Just remember to do it again for next month. It's not something that we're not doing. We just really wanted to retool it for this year. Also, we're going to send out the rewards or awards for last year's winners after the episode today. And we have a sweet drawing that we're going to get to later on as well. So,
Oh, I'm excited for that.
yeah.
But okay, I think it's time for a question. We got a question.
Jake's rushing to defend himself, so.
Why does I don't care.
Yeah, we don't care what he has to say.
Jeez.
It's meaningless.
Shit. Yeah, let's see if we have any questions. All right, so, and by question, of course, we mean, bitch fest here. Pixel Edge says he just wants to say that episode 61 was great.
He told me on
59
Twitter. Why does he have to tell me in the forum, too?
59 was also great, but episode 60 was recorded very low. He couldn't hear it on his work phone like every other episode, and he had to resort to listening to it at home on his PC. Since this is a one-off, he'll let it slide. But for him, this episode was to Nude Clan what episode 1 was to UFF.
Okay, it was not that bad. That is bullshit. Okay, look, man, I just didn't mix it as loud, but the dynamics are all still there. You can hear it. You can't hear UFF's first episode. It's hard to listen to.
It is, but it's not quiet.
No, it is not quiet.
Yeah.
It is not quiet.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what I did. I know that we recorded it a lot quieter, but that usually doesn't affect it in post because everything's boosted up. So I might have missed a step, I guess, in there, but I've listened to the episode. I had to listen to it with headphones, admittedly. I couldn't listen to it in the middle of work. But,
yeah.
I don't know, man. I know it's a quieter than usual episode, but
Yeah.
Do you want me to remix it? I mean, is that the...
Well, no, just don't do it ever again.
Just don't fuck up.
Just don't fuck
so
up.
we did have a comment on that episode as well. This is from Nude Clan Fan. They say, show's been kind of blah lately. What gives?
That was on episode 60. This is on episode 61.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Most recent episode. Get back into gaming and less talking about nothing, please. Both Calebs need to take charge on this because you're the actual gamers and expect more from your game podcast. Sorry to bitch, and I know having a weekly podcast must be really hard to do, but you guys have been kind of even admitted that you have no ideas for shows lately.
Hey, it's not true.
Still love you guys and can't wait for next week. P.S. Joe says fuck way too much.
Fuck.
In a way that's just loud and obnoxious.
Fuck.
It's the best word ever, but use it more sparingly.
Why don't you want to share your name with us? I mean,
off.
it's all love and
His name is Nude Clan
acceptance
Fan.
here.
Just accept that.
Yeah, that's
Do
fine.
I say fuck too much? I say it more when I'm tired.
Yeah, you probably say it more than me, and that's pretty surprising.
Well, yeah. You know, I started young. Started young with the fucks.
Yeah, I don't
fucks?
think you started as young as I did, though. I've been swearing like crazies for a long, long time.
Yeah.
Stoner friends in middle school. So they would
Yeah.
just say fuck all the time. So would I.
Yeah.
Caleb came out of the womb saying fuck.
Yeah. Fucking God, it stinks in there. But yeah, you know what?
It just sounded like. "Wee."
You've got some good points.
Yeah.
we are starting to fall behind on some of our reviews, and our scheduling's getting kind of fucked. But don't worry. We're gonna limit the game shows that the show allots in a given month.
I don't know what you're looking at me for. It was my turn.
And see what happens with that.
Joe, like every other episode Joe does is a game show.
Well, no,
That's true.
Those are history episodes with a
But-
game included.
Yeah.
Still, that's a game show.
I'm just
You gotta answer. That's a
It's
game
okay,
show.
Caleb. It's okay. We're all friends here. Just don't ever.
No,
don't ever do
you're
it.
the one that has to make a game show next. Like the three of us have done it. That's why I did it.
You didn't make a game show. You just took what Joe did.
Well, I know, but
fucked with it.
still, we gotta have another game
I'll
show.
do one, just not anytime soon. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got games we got to review, man. Which I am thankful that you guys didn't finish Darksiders because that gives me another week to finish the 40-hour Tales of Zestiria. So it's not really a big deal. So
No, it's all right.
yeah, that's all we've got for questions and comments. You guys want to talk about some For Honor?
Let's
Yeah.
get into it.
These are our lands, and no one can take them from us.
Let the floodgates open wide. Feel it break from the inside.
Oh yeah.
Never heard this trailer before.
You won't take me down. I'll fight for this crown. me down.
Struggle. Survival. All right, based on that trailer, would you play this game, Joe?
Based on the trailer,
Yeah.
I generally just have a strong distaste for pop music and historical anything. So I go, okay, now I assume that this trailer was cut in-house, and that concerns me.
I feel like it would have been a lot better if they had Sabaton do it.
I don't
Yeah.
what is that reference?
It's a band, a rock band.
Okay.
Yeah, they sing about like knights and shit. It's awesome.
Oh, boy.
Is that like power metal?
Kind of.
Go ahead and say yes, because that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, that's
every
what-
power metal band
You've
ever.
heard a little bit of
Have I?
Game.
I don't know.
I showed you a couple of the.
But anyways, yeah, you have to
sweet.
realize who their target audience is and what the popular music of today is.
They can't just have good orchestral music.
Orchestral music.
Well, what kind of music's in the game?
It's not
Orchestral
that.
music.
Orchestral
Okay.
music, yeah.
All right. Is it appropriate?
Yeah,
Yeah. They're just trying to get people hyped up for the game is what they're doing with that trailer and that music that came in.
I don't think it fit. It's weird.
There were target audience again, listen to pop music, so.
I don't know. Would you really say that the
Hey,
target audience listens
What was
to pop
cooler in
music?
that Star Wars trailer? If the Star Wars trailer had a poppy song like that, would it suddenly be cooler?
They're trying to appeal to more mainstream
No.
kids.
It wouldn't.
That's what they're doing.
Wouldn't be any cooler.
They need the John Williams.
No, but it makes it look cheap.
Yeah.
I disagree. I think that trailer makes it look like cheap with that kind of music. Now, I know this is not a judgment on the trailer, but Caleb did ask me if, like, based on that trailer, I played the game.
I had not seen that trailer before, which was the
Neither
U.S.
had I.
launch trailer, so that's weird.
Okay. Well, I think the first thing we should get into, what is this game?
All right, so For Honor is a hack and slash fighting game developed by Ubisoft Montreal, and it was released on February 14th in 2017, obviously. And it's a really awesome game, and
Hey, is this going to be a positive review?
you know, I think it might be. Anyway, so it was Ubisoft's first attempt at trying to make kind of like a strategic fighting game, and they kind of it was like inspired by shooting games, how they have certain game modes, like they have their own
So
kind of domination
Team-based
version.
combat is basically what you're like domination, 4v4 type stuff. So they're taking that multiplayer idea, but then giving everyone swords and spears instead of guns and third person.
Yeah, and they started development on it back in 2012. And they first showed it at the E3 in 2015, and so it's been in development for like 5 years, and they finally released it, and it has poor servers.
Yeah, that's one of the things I was going to talk about later. Poor servers, and you know what? And maybe I'll just insert this in now. When you're signed up with Ubisoft for this game, they'll oftentimes send you like, hey, here's a little update. Like when we beat what's the evil Apollyon. So when you defeat Apollyon, they're like, oh, hey, congratulations. They'll keep playing our game. But then I guess the servers crapped out again this week. And so starting on March 3rd, they gave everyone 3 days of champion status. Basically, when you have champion status, you get more salvage, more loot, more XP, like an XP boost. They'll give you some champion emblems and then just a 10% XP for all members members on your team, and they're just adding that on the end of your champion status if you already have one going on right now. So they're like, yeah, our servers are shit, so here is some XP boost stuff for you guys. And there's a reason why it is shit, but I don't know if we want to go into that in a different part of the review.
Well, if you know what the reason is behind.
Well,
being
technically,
shitty, go ahead.
why it's shit is that a player has to be the host for these online matches, and the game will pick someone at random, or not random.
So it uses someone's PS4 and their own internet connection
as the host for the match.
Got it.
And sometimes it doesn't pick the correct person to be host, someone with shitty internet, so you're going to get some lag, of course, but then also discrepancies in between what players will see. Some players will see certain things going down, other people will see something else, like, dead bodies and so forth. Just things are not matching up, syncing up between everyone playing.
That's interesting.
Another thing is the host leaves. It has to pause everyone's game, try to repick the host, and then sometimes it doesn't do it. Sometimes it just kicks everyone off. You have to start matchmaking again.
Do you know why they designed it that way?
Takes forever. Sometimes you're sitting there waiting for a long time, and then when you all have selected your characters and now you're waiting to launch into the game, you're all sitting there, you're all doing your animation, like we're ready to go, and then you just sit there for like another minute, and then it finally fucking gets into the game. So that's just one gripe. I might have to go into design of the game. I'm not sure. I mean, because a lot of this game is online play,
That's
so it's
definitely
gameplay.
Yeah, it's more gameplay.
And so I don't know if they're going to fix that later. They just didn't create.
Is the
good servers for
multiplayer like
this.
the thing for this game? Is
Yes.
that
Yeah,
like
It's
is
definitely
okay.
been made around the
All right.
multiplayer aspect.
Okay.
They did add a story mode, which is cool.
It's more of
But-
like, oh yeah, here's a story mode for you guys.
Well,
Yeah.
how was the story mode?
Well, we'll get into that.
Yeah, right now, actually.
that was
'cause-
your invite.
Yeah. So basically, the story is a natural disaster happens in the world that these people live in, and for some reason, conveniently, well, no, it's somewhere else. I don't know. But conveniently, Vikings, knights, and samurai all live right fucking next to each other that somehow didn't have different climates of... even though they're like literally right next to each other. And so like this natural disaster basically gets rid of like all their food sources, their water sources. So they're like fighting to survive. And this one leader of knights tries to incite war amongst everybody. And that's basically the story, is that you like play through.
So it's like World War One,
Yeah, kind of.
with like more primitive stuff.
Yeah, but
Medieval sort of thing.
So basically, she like attacks people and makes them.
So what's her
try
name?
to- Apollyon.
Okay.
And
You
she
just said her name a minute and a half ago.
yeah. So basically, she just wants like endless war, and basically the story is that you're each of the leaders of the factions trying to promote peace, and they tell the stories of like their warriors and like what happened like a few years ago when they defeated Apollyon, but they keep fighting anyway because
Is it like a Mortal Kombat sort of story mode where you play each of the segments? It seemed
No.
like you guys were playing different
yeah,
guys.
it's there's like 3 chapters. You get 1 chapter for like the knights, 1 for the Vikings, and then the last for like the samurai. And
Are those
then-
the only warrior groups in this game?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's only those 3 factions, but then like there's like 4 different like types of characters for each faction. So yeah, you
There's
just
so many
like, play
other
as
warriors,
those.
guys. You could, I guess that'll be in the sequel. Though,
Yeah.
right? There's so many other types of warriors, and
So yeah, like you said, it's the natural disaster. Not have to fight over resources, but now this warlord Apollyon, who's the main bad guy or bad girl in this game, she wants to incite war. She wants to keep it going because she wants to find the most fierce and the most challenging warriors out there
Yeah,
to
the
kind of
people
recruit
most
them.
willing to like keep fighting and stuff
Yeah.
like that because she wants endless.
Because she wants
war.
endless war. That's what she feels like everyone's bred to fight. So she's going to find the best people to fight to keep the fight going.
okay.
And then that's the end goal.
And you guys played this co-op, right?
We did.
What was that experience like?
Well, co-op, we had it on not the hardest difficulty, but just hard.
Yeah.
I guess hardest is realistic. We didn't do that. It was.
It's really no different from hard.
Yeah.
They just take away like the indicators of where people are going to attack.
Okay. So in this game, you have on your screen an indicator of the direction an attack is coming in, so you can block it. But the indicator is gone for, I guess, the hardest difficulty. So playing it co-op, I felt some areas were super easy, and then some areas I don't know how we're gonna get fucking past without co-op.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we had to do the whole kiting thing where one person's dead, and so now I'm running around till Caleb spawns back in.
The old Halo 2 stuff.
Yeah, it's fantastic. That last boss fight was really stressful. Cam like rolling around after I had gotten slain, and then I'd get up, and then we'd like try to like run around trying to get her attention while the other one slaps her from behind.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Sounds awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was really great.
So was the story really great? What would you give the story out of 10? What did you think about it?
Well, the story was kind of interesting. If you look at it as being a story for a fighting game, which it is, it's pretty good. Better than normal fighting game stories. But, you know, it's still like...
But what about the
It can't
Nude
get
Clan
around.
standard?
It couldn't get around the feeling of feeling like an afterthought.
Yeah.
Yeah,
is what
it's really short.
We need a reason.
It's a
called-
great way
it's
to
basically just
introduce you to other characters that you can
to
play
different
as.
characters.
Hey, here
It's
are these,
basically like
here are
a
these
long
characters. Here are
tutorial.
their play styles, and like a long tutorial, because each of these characters have such a unique way of fighting that you do need a little bit of time with them to kind of get used to that. And so the story was a great way to kind of get their move sets in mind.
Well, before the show started, Cameron and I were talking about ways to kind of make gameplay a little more heavy in the review score for games like this.
When it's a game based off of multiplayer, do we want to kind of
I think
revamp?
I think you can judge the story as the type of game that it is. I don't know.
Oh, well, or is it just going to go into gameplay?
It's your story mode. Did you enjoy it?
Okay, so we're just rating the story mode of a multiplayer game.
Yeah, the proposition I had was making story out of 5 and then gameplay out of 15. And this would work for shooters like Battlefield 1, because you don't buy Battlefield 1 to just play the campaign and then never play it again.
But
Yeah.
is the campaign good?
Yeah, it's
enjoyed it,
fine.
yeah.
But it's not the
the
focus
same
of the
kind of
game. I don't
idea,
think
though.
it should have the same weight. I think each category should be weighted differently depending on
Well, you
the
got
genre.
replayability as well, which I would include. I think
guess, yeah.
gameplay is doubly in there.
Yeah, maybe. You can,
It's in there for every game.
A game can be replayable because of the story, though. It doesn't have to
It could be,
gameplay.
yeah. But it's all subjective, so.
Yeah, it is, I guess. But so, well, I mean, if we're going to objectively rate the story, it's probably going to be a piece of shit. From what I saw, it doesn't look like it's good.
But
it might
could the
be
game
good.
be better with a better story? Yeah.
Yeah, but was it necessary though? Because that's not the focus of the game.
he's
The
saying,
point
like,
isn't to have a good story.
if we make the story out of 5 and I give the story a 3 out of 5, that's bad for the story, but it's going to make points up in gameplay when it's out of 15.
Right, and that's objectively looking at it as okay, this game is meant to be multiplayer. It's not meant to have a story. They threw it in there just to give you extra stuff.
I think I wouldn't want to rush a new...
We'll discuss this.
It wouldn't be a
outside.
rushing of a new thing. It only applies to games that are...
via an episode, though. Like, that's... I wouldn't want to do that right now.
Yeah. Anyway,
All right, fine. Make it out of 10 then.
so the story had some really interesting parts to it. Like there were parts where that involved like the elephants and the guiding of like a ramp.
The one
to
part
doors.
with the elephant, and then
Yeah, and then
that ram.
and then I had a
scene was
couple.
fun.
I had a couple of boss fights which were really kind of interesting and unique to the story. But
each stage you had a different boss from a different faction that you would face, and then progressively it got more difficult as you went up the ranks. But yeah.
yeah, and well, I guess that would probably be more in gameplay. But as far as just what the story is for the for like a fighting game, I'd give it like an 8. It was pretty decent fighting game story. You know, it gave it reason to be there. So
I
it's
would
like,
give
you know,
it a.
I'm glad that they actually had something story wise instead of just leaving it like.
I would give the story a 6. It just didn't feel like there was enough content there. Yeah, there was a storyline, you followed it, but it's just very like, okay, now do this, now do this, now do this. There wasn't more. There wasn't just. It didn't feel like a world. It felt like an afterthought. It felt like, hey, here, like I said before, here's the story tagged on for this multiplayer game.
Was it made later after the game, or what?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay, so it did come with...
It came with the game.
It came with it. It's not like
right.
Street Fighter V where they added a story mode later through DLC.
Okay, I see how it is.
Yeah,
All right.
It like actually had something. So
So I think that you guys probably in your replayability scores, I would say that's your multiplayer score
For the multiplayer,
yeah, for the multiplayer, and to satisfy both parties, I think.
All right.
And not necessarily you'll replay the story, but you are replaying it.
I might
You're playing
replay it on
multiplayer.
realistic just to get the trophy.
Sure,
but, yeah.
sure, and you can include that as well. But I don't think we need a new thing quite yet.
Okay.
Maybe not. Gameplay, guys. This is what the game's all about.
Yes, gameplay is where this game actually just like excels beyond anything else. It's the story mode, that had the unique parts where there was like an elephant that you had to lure into certain parts into attacking, while you could also have it like kind of attack enemy soldiers, which was kind of funny. And then like just the gameplay is basically my perfect idea of a sword fighting game. Like you have a little indicators telling you that you can guard above, to left or right, and that's also where you're going to attack from. And then you also have special moves that you can use. Like the main character that I tend to use is a knight called the Warden, and he's got like a counterattack and they can throw people off the bridges and things that can insta kill
Yeah,
them.
the gameplay is super complex, and the learning curve for this game is very high.
It looks
This is
like another
something-
MOBA almost. When
It has kind of like those
in the
tendencies, but it's
multiplayer
not.
mode.
It's not quite a MOBA. You'll have your creepers, which are your little soldiers, depending on the game mode. They'll go forward and help you try to capture an area, but those guys are only at the center. They don't go up the sides, and it also changes depending on what map you're on. But the real thing down into it is that each character has their own intricate set of what they can and can't do with their move sets.
So you gotta
what
get
their
good on
specialty
that
is.
one
Is that, and so
Yeah.
yeah, like for me, my tendency is to play a guy in test mode for a while before I go online to destroy my KD ratio.
A long while.
A while, and then each character is like there'll be another character that's kind of like, I guess, their bane, someone who's really good against them. My favorite character recently just got buffed on a whole bunch of stuff, so I can't wait till to go try that out at the end of this episode. But it's just in depth, just character design, and then if you are good at memorizing your character's moves and then recognizing when you can do it, it's just really satisfying to execute a perfect combo on another online player, and then to jump back when you need to regain your stamina.
Stanima, you mean?
And then sometimes though you just get fucked in this game. I might like I said before, server issues does cause lag every now and then, and then if you mess up on your combo and they get theirs in, there's sometimes just nothing you can fucking do, and it just pisses you off.
Let me see if I have this. Having not played the game at all, but watched you guys play it a little bit. It looked like a cross between League of Legends and like the Lord of the Rings games, like the Return of the King with the different slashing moves and stuff like that. Was that anywhere near? Close? No, it doesn't
No.
play like
So,
that at all.
okay, so basically,
Is there another game that you can compare this to?
No,
Not
for
really.
me.
That's tough for the audience at
Dynasty
home.
Warriors. It's like a really
No,
hyper
if
complex
I had
Dynasty
to
Warriors.
compare it to anything, it would probably be closest to like the Dark Souls, Bloodborne style gameplay.
I guess, yeah. If their
just
combos
for
are more of a
fighting.
thing for them, it's all about combos.
Yeah.
Your character, your combos, and knowing when to execute which combo at one time, and then pairing attacks and stuff like that. It's really, I don't know, like the actual gameplay with your character versus someone else is really complex.
Okay.
And you do have creepers, but they don't really play that large of a role in the overall online gameplay right now.
Yeah, so basically what they do is they help you hold one specific spot while you take the other two, and those are the
And an
ones.
easy way to get some experience to unlock your tier levels, because each character, they'll also come into the map with different abilities that you can unlock as you gain experience in that game.
Yeah, so like in shooters, how you get like kill streaks after you get a certain amount of kills, this game gives you like a renown level, but you keep it even after death. So you can like kill a bunch of little minion dudes, and that'll give you a little bit of renown. Killing other guys, capturing spots, they reviving guys, they all give you renown, so that you can level up and use these abilities that you pick out that you can use.
And
some
then-
people have like longbows that you can like pick people off as they're trying to run away, or
One shot longbow.
or you can like heal yourself.
cooldown's crazy.
Use a move to like buff everybody else around you, so you can be kind of like a support dude, stuff like that. It's really cool and can change the tide of battle. It's just like, and then you get 1v1 duels that you can do. You can do 2v2, like play with a friend, like beat other people up, run to where they are, take out their guy, and then both of you gang up on your guy.
2v2 build.
Like there's a lot of things that you can do in this game. You don't have to strictly fight 1v1 too. There's a lot of times where you're going to get triple teamed by
It's hot.
they'll all just be attacking you, and there's not much you can do. And then you can there's like a thing called revenge mode. Basically it's like in Final Fantasy, it'd be like your limit break. You get attacked a certain amount of times through defense or through injury. You build it up,
And you're
then,
like raging or something.
yeah, and then you activate it, and then you get a boost in attack,
Okay.
and everybody like around you gets knocked down, so that you can like attack.
If
them
they hit
and
you while you're
possibly kill
activating
them.
it, it knocks them down.
Yeah.
And then it'll throw some extra health over, like fake health. So as the revenge mode runs out, your fake health goes down too.
We're very familiar with fake health games.
But at the end of each round, it'll give you steel, because you use steel to upgrade items and loot. And you can use this loot or extra items to give to your character to do things like you regain your energy faster, your weapon does more damage, you generate revenge faster, and stuff like that. And you can actually go and, upgrade whatever you're getting, and you can even buy loot crates, I guess you'd call them. But you can go buy crates.
Lootcrate.com.
You can buy crates. Hint. You can go buy crates and unlock some loot, but it's usually best if you wait till later. But later, as you're playing the games, there's also this faction war going on in the background, where each of the factions, the Vikings, the Samurai, and the Knights, are all vying for the land in this area.
This
right?
sounds like FF11. Holy
So depending on how well you do at the end of the match, you can deploy war assets in an area. You could defend an area that's being attacked, or help attack an area. And at the end of a season,
And that's macro. That's everybody playing the game.
everyone playing the game. You can decide to help defend or attack in this faction type war.
How do you decide the faction, though? Because
You can
at
pick
the
your
very
faction
beginning, and like it asks you if you want to join, and if you want to change it later, you can. But
Yep.
then you forfeit your rewards for
But
that.
choosing
week.
a faction doesn't limit you to those characters. Right?
No, you can play anybody you
Kind
want.
of stupid, but that's good. Because That'd be bullshit.
And then if your faction at the end of the season has the most territory, they're on top, then you get bonus rewards for being part of that
you get
faction.
like bonus steel, you get bonus rewards to like
Nice.
beef up your character with like their weapons and stuff, and like each weapons you can like get different like for knights you get new pommels, guards, and blades for your weapons, and they each like tweak, and like armor too, like they each tweak little things, like how much damage you can take, how much damage your weapons do, like how far you can throw people, like all that stuff can be tweaked with like the weapons and armor that you get.
You can design your character's look, paint job, emblems, all sorts of stuff. You can design your character down to your specifics, like what you want.
Yeah.
Gameplay out of 10.
Because of the server stuff that they need to fix, I'd probably give it like a 9 out of 10.
9 out. That's a pretty
But-
good score.
Yes,
I'd corroborate
because
that score.
So
Yeah,
it'd be a perfect game if it weren't for the server.
if it
messes.
weren't for the servers, the gameplay is enough that I would say it's really fucking good.
Sometimes I swear it picks Caleb as the host, and it just fucking lags like crazy.
Dude.
And Caleb's like, I don't see your problem.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get the problem. So
Yeah,
it
it's fine
loves
for
me.
you.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 as well, because it even when it's at its most frustrating, when it's doing well, it's just so fulfilling to just to play. And yeah, I love the gameplay.
Yeah, and they've gone the way of like free DLC. So at the so all their updates that they're going to do, they're going to add free maps. They make rebalancing changes so that people can always be like that characters aren't too overpowered, stuff like that. So they're not just going to like abandon the characters.
Like the character that I main, I always felt so mad because she has some amazing combos that she'll do, but the guy will just get up like with maybe a little bit of his health taken down, and he'll just do a two move combo, and I'm half health, and so she's going to get some speed boosts actually. So I'm excited for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
The art design / graphics.
The art design / graphics. Everything looks really good in the game, and the fact that you can like customize like weapons and armor to be whatever you want, and then they have like little cosmetics like ornaments that you can add to like your character's helmets, and then paint jobs and like emblems and like how you want them to be styled, and even like when there's even like prestige mode. For your characters, kind of like in shooters, but it's per character. Like you unlock more outfits and like armor stuff for them, and like the colorings. It's really cool, and everything just looks
Like the samurai sort of motif and the medieval warrior type stuff going on.
You can change like pretty much everything in the game. It has a lot of really interesting customization.
Well, I assume it would have to sacrifice some graphical quality in order to have so much customization.
It does. It's not like anything perfect. Uncharted 4, it's not like that level or anything. Like the ground, the ground looks good. It looks muddy, like where it needs to look muddy. You know, it's just not perfect. There's some spots where it's like barrels and things look like less quality. Like it's more. They're
Looks
more
like
going
something off the PS3.
Everything they're going more for like the character models to look better than pretty much everything else.
So they're picking and choosing like what they're focusing their processing power on.
And so like that's where they try to go.
What do you think of the look of the game?
I can agree to all of he said. The graphics look really good, but they do sacrifice in some areas, to have all this customability. But one thing that I thought that was really cool, this is what you notice the most going through the story mode, is that each faction, their areas that you play in, is very unique to them. So with the Vikings, you get a lot of snow-covered mountains, some crags and stuff like that. Then the Samurai, their area is more swamp-like. You're going through a little bit of marshes. They have green trees and vines and stuff. So like kind of like that type of thing you're thinking for Samurai. And then with the Knights, they're going through some mountainous / with your big old forests and castle type areas, like you feel like you'd be in Great Britain and on some areas. Their one twist to that is it's also there's some volcanic activity in that area, so you have pits of lava just opened up there and some geysers every here and there. And so Caleb watched me just kick a guy in the pit, and he just see this little spurt of flame come up, and he's just like, "What are these straw men?" I'm like, "No, dude, it's just a pit of lava right here."
Yeah, I thought he was kicking him into fire, but it was a lava pit instead. So
yeah, the sun is very warm. I was sweating a little bit earlier. So Mike
right there.
Guy, who is this?
And then
know my name.
there's like spikes and everything around that you can like throw people into.
You're also not the red Mike.
So it's a very
orange.
It's an interactive environment.
Yeah, it has an interactive environment. You can kick people off stuff. They have like trapdoors, and there's,
cool.
on one map there's like gates that you can have closed. So everything's really made for the multiplayer.
Okay. With that in mind, what would you give art design / graphics?
I'd give it an 8.
Give it an 8 out of 10. Cameron?
8 as well.
8 as well. Okay, sound and music.
Yeah, don't forget the song that the little drummer boy song that goes on during the training thing, where it's like the same note over and over and over again.
That has nothing to do with the main gameplay. It's when you're when you're doing your training. It just plays the same little drum ditty over and over and over again.
It's awful.
Well, for the music, there isn't anything that really stands out. I mean, it's kind of just ambiance music.
Cue in normal music that you would expect for this type of game, but nothing too extravagant.
Yeah, it doesn't have anything like super epic. It's all just like background music. Okay. Yeah, you mostly hear like the sounds of clashing swords, like people like yelling and stuff from the battlefield.
Does it ever get repetitive?
Not really, no. Like you don't really even hear the music, so it's
Okay.
like it doesn't it doesn't bother me in any way. But it doesn't stand out either, so it's like
Take it or leave it.
yeah. So, but the sound and stuff, like while Cam and I were playing the story, when you are playing as a certain faction, everybody else is speaking their natural like languages.
Yep.
So, like the Knights were speaking Old Britain, and
They were speaking Old Britain.
Old Britannian. You know,
They're speaking, I think it's Old Britannian is what
Yeah.
they're speaking, if that's the name of the language.
And then the Vikings were speaking, you know, like Norwegian, Swedish, and then
Wait, we don't know. We have to ask, we have to ask our
whatever the-
resident
Anglo-Saxon.
whatever
There
the
it
fuck
is.
they were speaking. And then while you were playing as like knights and stuff, the Japanese guys would
Samurais, you mean?
You know, well, yeah, the samurai would speak in Japanese. Although there was one part where like he starts speaking Japanese, and then he's like looking at the archers, and he's like fire in English, and I was like, why'd he just switch?
Common Britannic.
So that was kind of weird, but like all the voice acting in the game, it's really good. The sounds like are what you'd expect for like the battlefield, like clashing swords, like armor shifting, like you can hear all that stuff. Like even them running through the mud, you can hear like the sloshing and stuff. So the sound is really good. It's an amazing part of the game as well.
Okay. Cameron?
Yeah, so that was the one point that I noticed. Oh, hey, look, like they are speaking their respective languages, but sound gameplay, I'm going to give that a 7. Nothing special, did its job. And the only point of that was awesome was the languages.
Okay.
Yep.
So, yeah, pretty good.
Swords sounded like swords. Shields sounded like shields.
Effective. Effective sound design.
Yeah,
Plus
I'd
some
give it
music
an 8.
that's not anything special.
That's kind of weird,
Yeah.
though. You'd think with a game with a premise like this, the music would be
Yeah, you'd think
awesome.
Like
they
super
would, like-
epic and
Yeah.
they I read that they had like some movie composer do the soundtrack for this, so they didn't really like make it anything special, I guess, because it was like
Well,
their
they-
first time making a video game.
They
I
should have
guess.
gotten like, I don't know.
What was the
Hans
guy who
Zimmer
did
to do
the
it.
opening of Fable's music? It was a big Hollywood. Was it Danny Elfman? I think it was something like
Did
that.
Danny Elfman do the opening for Fable?
Yeah, but not the rest of it. He just did the opening track, and you could tell like a quality difference. You're like, oh, that track is something else.
One thing, though, the swords between the knights and the samurai sound very different. Where the knights have their swooshing sound, the knights have the swooshing sound, the samurai have that sharp sword sound whenever they swing it, the high pitch, like it's, oh, this is razor sharp sword.
Well, not everybody uses a sword either. Like you got one guy that uses a sword, one guy that uses a mace, another guy that uses like a halberd, a spear.
Wait. The knights had razor sharp swords?
No, the samurai did.
Okay, I
yeah,
was
the
like-
samurai have their sharp swords.
The
and
samurai had their
the one
swords, and
guy
they
who
make
has
that
a-
special little high pitch noise as they're swinging it around, whereas the knights will
I mean,
just
that
they
sound
have
that was in every late '90s movie.
They have a blunter
Yeah.
sword, so yeah, they didn't have a like, yeah.
Okay.
Although, shouldn't they have not used the blunt swords since they're not fighting other armored people?
So
There's a reason
there's-
why a
it's like-
broadsword.
Tactically, yes, but maybe that's all the swords they had.
one thing that
There's-
was really
Why would they
awesome.
develop those if they...
Their swords are thicker, but
They still
do
fought
have
each
an
other
edge
in the beginning
on-
of the
did they
night.
fight each
At the
other?
beginning of the
Okay,
night
okay.
thing, the whole thing is that two knight factions were fighting.
Yeah,
All right,
they're trying to like
And-
unify them to like take out.
And
other
then, as in the knight's moveset, I guess the warden, one of his things is he will grab his sword by the blade and smash someone with the pommel and get that to stick in him.
so
which
like
is
they
actually
have an
something they
edge,
did.
but they're
So, yeah.
not like super sharp. Or
All right, so there's a natural reason for them to have it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, guys.
Accept it.
The last and possibly one of the most important categories: replayability.
just because it's a multiplayer game and there's a ton of trophies to earn,
And you've also played it.
and I've played it a shit ton,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 10.
10.
Same for me. It's
Like
10 out of 10.
because the DLC is free, they're gonna add new characters, new maps, everything. I think that's another reason just to keep playing the game. Like all the customization you can do is like really awesome. I enjoy that part of the game. It's there's a lot of reasons to go back and play it. So, especially just because it's a multiplayer game.
All right.
Oh yeah, this game is a lot of fun, especially when you're doing well. So 10 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a game that Cameron has offered to buy me if I promise to play it, but I don't think I can keep that promise right now. So the replayability being that high does give me a little bit of hope.
Your opinion?
Possibly.
So this is something you expect from the Craig, but is it something you expect from me?
Buying me a game?
No. To really enjoy a sword fighting game.
It's not quite like fighting games. I don't think.
No, this
It's
type
not,
of sword
it's not
fighting
the same
game.
style as normal fighting games, but it is a fighting game.
All right.
I would say
And there's
it
even
looks
the
like a
hog
MOBA game.
Caleb, there's even the hog of 1v1 fights. You could be the leader of the 1v1 fights. Thank you, Cam Game.
So I mean,
shielding me from the sun.
When I do get time to play this, I will take you up on that offer. But hopefully, you guys are still playing by then. But if this 10
free
out of 10
characters,
is accurate, you should be.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm also going to buy all of the DLC for Battlefield 1. So
All right. So we got our scores here, and but real quick, would you recommend this game? Just in general.
Yeah,
to
what
our
kind of
listeners?
price point would you put on it as well? Like an appropriate price tag for what it is.
well, since all the since all the DLC is included, since all the DLC is included, I feel that this is a good $60 game.
Yeah, $60 being the main price point would probably be good. But anything that you can get it for less is also amazing.
Well, I mean, yeah, but
if all games were less, it would be amazing. So, for being $60, it just coming out, it's pretty
Tons
good.
of stuff to explore there.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, so quick recap. The story mode got an 8 out of 10 from Craig, 6 out of 10 from Cameron. The gameplay both got 9 out of 10s for both. Art design / graphics, the look of the game basically, both gave 8 out of 10. Sound and music, 8 out of 10 for Craig and 7 out of 10 for Cameron. And replayability, both the highest scores possible, 10 out of 10. Craig gave the game 43 out of 50. Cameron gave the game 40 out of 50. Total is, and our Nude Clan score officially is 83. Woo! Out of 100.
Nice.
So,
it looks like For Honor for PlayStation 4 is sitting at about a 78 on Metacritic.
okay, so a
it's
little
pretty,
higher than...
It's pretty close. Only
Yeah,
5%,
a lot of
whatever.
the criticism that I saw that it was towards this game is for the servers.
Okay.
They praise it for everything else pretty much. But
well, I mean, just like what I did with Final Fantasy 15, it's not about what the game's going to be in 2 years. It's about what the game is right fucking now.
right now, yeah.
But that's good. If that's the biggest downer, then 78 is pretty solid.
Of course, Ubisoft didn't expect as many people to jump on the game like it's as much as it did. So
Never understand that. Oh no, so many people bought our game. We can't handle this.
yeah, we're like we want people to buy this game, but we're not going to be handled when they do.
All right, guys. Thank you for your review. Can't wait for your next review.
Yeah.
Next week. Woo!
The sweet sounds of you guys' review voices are
Oh yeah.
so tantalizing.
Schweiss, we got a thing for our Patreon, right? We got to do?
Yeah, we do.
Might as well just do
drawing.
that now, right?
Sure, fuck it. So we had a little Patreon goal, guys, where we were going to give away a video game when we reached $50 a month, and we are sitting at $60. And the way I'm doing this now, we get one entry for every dollar you give us, and then when the contest is over, which now that we're at 60, if it stays at least above 50, we'll have one every month. So basically you'll get your entries for the month, and then I'll toss them out, and then we get brand new entries next time. So every dollar gives you one entry into this drawing for a list of games. There's a lot of games in there. It's basically any game that we don't want anymore. And for Joe, that's a lot of games, right?
We can talk about that, I guess, in a little bit. Sure.
Yeah, because it's a game of their choice. So, but the biggest one in there right now is going to be Last Guardian. And let me get the Let me get the entries up here. We've got a ticket roll that I bought, like 10,000 tickets, and each one is associated to a number on a Google Doc that I have, and $1 per entry. Joe's got his nap time JetBlue mask on.
So the only thing that complements this look would be a little duct tape on the mouth.
Oh, okay. Now.
Yeah.
Gonna get all 50 Shades of Grey on Joe's ass.
My hands should be tied.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got the tickets. Go ahead and reach your hand in there. Make sure you twist it around a little bit.
Jack it
He's
off
really
just a little
stirring
bit.
it up. Just make sure you don't have two in your hand, because that's not something I want to deal with.
Okay, he's got the one.
Don't want to have an
He's
Oscars thing.
chosen.
All right.
The name.
We got a number 1.
Oh man, number 1. Are you sure this isn't going to be an Oscars repeat where it's like
No, just
number
kidding.
1,
It's the wrong envelope.
but it's actually number 2?
So wait, you put in numbers instead of someone's name?
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to write everybody's fucking name on every one of these. Are you high?
It's going to be a
Why
million
not?
times too, because he has to. Because Caleb, we just explained
There's
how we do the
40
thing.
fucking number 1s in there. Is why not, motherfucker? Why not? The winner of this game, and I know what he's going to pick because I talked to him on Twitter and told him he had a big ass chunk. Richard Apel, you are now the proud owner of the European version of Last Guardian. Congratulations, guys. Keep it up. We're going to do another drawing next month as long as we're still at that Patreon goal.
Lots of games from the old Xbox, PS2 era.
Are you going to get... You know what? You remember how I was telling you that we need to keep... I wanted that 7 copy back?
Yeah.
I don't think I do. I think we should put it in there.
Okay.
So we have a black label version of Final Fantasy VII that has a typo on the back that I sold in a moment of desperation to Joe, and that's going to be in there too. So you don't have to take Last Guardian. We're going to come up with a overall list of all the games that are included, but if you do want that one, just tweet me when you hear this. Congrats to everybody. Thanks for all of your donations. Richard Apel, Stott Stenlake, Austin Brackeen, Vincent, Laliana Goze, Olaf Hovde,
This is fun.
Anthony Catton, Penguin Mage, Charles Fry, and Larry Beaver. Thank you all, and good luck next time.
Yeah. Numbers will reset, though.
They will reset. Everyone, so whatever your dollar amount for this month is, will be what the entries you get for next month, essentially.
Yeah.
Because...
So it's not always the person who's been there the longest.
Right, yeah. If someone keeps going 20 a month for 5 months, they get 100 tickets in there, then it's like, well, you're fucked if you try to get in there.
Well, maybe not. Maybe not.
Maybe not, yeah.
No, you have a chance. You have a
you
chance.
do have a chance.
I mean, he was 40. He did have 40% of it, but he had a larger chance of losing than winning. It just happened to win. So
There you go.
fun stuff, guys.
Congratulations.
Yeah, good.
Okay. Does everybody know about my digitizing thing that I'm trying to do?
I
don't think we talked about it.
No, because there's a reason why we haven't talked about it, and it's your
No. I mean, certainly. Okay, so
we can still, we can. Go
I
over
want
it.
some freedom in my life. I kind of am trying to be a semi-minimalist. And
He wants to live out of a backpack.
He moves around a lot, so he doesn't want.
I do move around a lot. I don't want a lot of shit anymore. And I've been using Voodoo's Disc to Digital to get my movies on digital. I'm going to be getting rid of my movies. And I'm just going to give away, unless I have to play it in the future for Ultimate Final Fantasy, I will be giving away my games.
Wow, even 13 too.
Even 13 too.
Okay. All right. All right.
So
Taking it.
if you want to buy it, sure.
Oh, what?
Same with the movies. If you want my movies,
Just gonna
you
have to
gotta buy
donate to Nude Clan.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to donate and fucking win the drawing. You'd be like 13-2 special edition, and then put my own 13-2 back in. That's what I'll do.
The lesser copy.
Yeah.
But there's I just kind of want to minimalize everything. Like I just one of my goals for this year, I had a dollar amount goal. There's one goal that costs more than the other, but I was able to obtain a new gaming laptop / video editing laptop that's coming on Monday with a carrying backpack on it and also an external Blu-ray drive for various reasons. So yeah, I'm slowly, like, believe me, digitizing my stuff has been, like, hurting my soul. Like,
Yeah.
I've just been like, oh, I have to dump this thing. There's no more commentaries I can watch while I'm doing this, and I don't know, man. It does kind of hurt, but
Yeah, I mean, there's something that draws you to the physical copy, especially if you have space for it. But
I'm gonna watch the movie more if it's on digital, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
'cause
would
then
be
you can watch it on anything.
It is a lot easier. Yeah, you can just boot it up and go. It's kind of like the mobile playing a game that's available on a console versus the mobile version. It's like the mobile one is like, oh my god, I can play this whenever the fuck I want.
And
Yeah,
when I
just
looked
trying to
up
do
other
something.
stuff about digitizing your collection, other people were like, yeah, you just take the movie part of the disc and you save that. I'm like, fucking, I know that. I
So-
want the other stuff on it, too.
Yeah, the
part-
booklet.
That hurts.
A part of digitizing, this is something I heard today on the radio. This is, how much money do we usually spend a month on buying a brand new video game?
Me,
a
zero.
brand new video game.
Like, so if we're like, hey, we have to do this video game for review or the super game, we're spending $60. Or if I like a game, I'll drop $60. Well, I guess Microsoft, they just recently have this subscription service where you pay $10 a month, and then you can just download any of their Xbox games and play it, and for as long as you have the subscription.
Yeah.
And so if you think about it, $60 is the worth of a new game, and that's 6 months of this subscription service. So let's say you like a game and you keep playing it, so you play the full 6 months. I don't know how long someone actually will play a game, but the beauty of it, if you don't like the game, then you just download another one.
Yeah, the only downside of that is you have to have an Xbox One.
Yeah, you have to have Xbox, and so I just wanted to just see what you guys
Sounds
think
like
about
you
the
should
idea.
just use GameFly instead.
How much do they have it for? And then can you just download it straight to your console without having to actually have to wait for a disc to arrive at your door?
No.
No, but they do have like free PC games that you can download while you have the subscription, and then you can rent games from literally any system.
Right, but to me, it just sounded like, is that a good idea to have like a Netflix for video games? I know there's already things
Yeah.
out there,
No, well, yeah,
but
they
a
got-
way to
they got
download
fucking
the game,
Redbox,
but
they got,
but a
like-
way to download the game straight to your console without having to go grab a copy of
Yep,
it.
they should do it.
because
It would be more expensive probably, but
That's
Yeah,
what
that'd
you
be kind
think.
of annoying because you'd
That's
have
what
to
you
wait
think.
for it to download, and
It
then
is
you'd
what
have
I
to
think,
delete
'cause-
it.
But you're
after.
paying $10 versus a brand new game being $60.
no, I'm saying it would be more expensive than probably Redbox renting it.
Oh well, because you could play it for a couple of days
Yeah,
and then
no,
return it.
it's like the
but let's say
streaming
but let's say this is like a game that you want to keep playing the multiplayer for. You want to hold
Well,
on
if
to
you're
it for
gonna
more than a
if you're
week.
going to play it for the multiplayer, you might as well just buy the game.
Yeah, it depends on how
But
much
see,
time you
let's
want to put
say
in.
let's say Caleb makes you get a game and you're starting to get into it, but then Caleb stops playing. You're still out the money you spent on the game. Whereas if there was a subscription game, you won't be.
Yeah, but those
Yeah.
are MMOs, Cam, and those you would have to get anyway.
What if it's like an Audible thing where you just
A credit,
You have
so
credits,
you
yeah.
paid $10 a month for, or $14 a month for
You'd have
free
to pay
credit.
a lot more.
I
for
get
pay
it.
more
credits.
than 14.
Yeah,
would be
you'd probably
tough.
be like $30 a
Yeah.
month.
But you could have one game and then you return it and then you get another game after you're done with that one game that your subscription allots.
Yeah, and then the money actually goes to the creator.
Yeah, that'd be bitching actually.
Yeah.
I don't see why not. Of course, I don't know how to put that together. I'm not in the fucking business, but
So Microsoft has it easy because they just do it to their own games. They don't have to worry about rights and stuff, and your copyrights and everything like that. But $10 a month, you can download a game or as many games and then play them. Don't like them, get a different game.
yeah.
All right, man.
That would be pretty sweet. But it's almost like PlayStation Plus in a way it does that, but lesser games. So
Yeah,
maybe
I think Origin even has something like that.
They
where
do, they do.
had just
Yeah.
a subscription thing where you can play any of their games that are on Origin.
unfortunately
for all you
Origin
have
is
to-
the worst interface ever. So.
Yeah, it's the worst thing in the world because it's EA. So
Well, maybe not the worst in the world, but it's definitely less than Steam.
yes, definitely.
Okay. I'm so excited on Monday to get my new computer. Can't wait to play Civ 6.
It'll be Joe's turn to finally have the best build of the group for a computer.
Yeah, that's true.
think
Well,
so, yeah.
only
I
buy
wouldn't
the
call it
graphics
a
card.
build, but
Yeah, it's more of a pre-built.
Yeah.
Laptop. Oh, I'm on my way. I
For
have
now.
my ideas of what I want to do to Caleb's.
yeah, I won't be able to mess with it. But I figure it'll be good for the next 3 years. So
Yeah, it
That
should be fine.
yeah.
You'll be good for a while with that laptop.
Yeah, and if not, you can play everything on low settings.
Yeah. And you can get a baker's rack and sit the fucker on it so that it cools down.
That's what, dude. That's
The
what
good
they're
old
for.
days with the shitty hand-me-down laptop.
Or
for
you
League of
could
Legends.
pay
It's fucking awful.
$15 for those extra laptop coolers that you can sit it on your lap.
Yeah, that was
Why pay $15 when you could use a rack?
Because it adds an extra fan to your laptop.
yeah, the fan. This is something you know nothing about. as we found in your computer.
Just got to use a rack.
No, yeah, just
On your fucking desktop?
I didn't know how to install a rack in the desktop, so obviously.
Oh my god.
Oh, we just
gotta
come
get a
over, it's on
rack.
a cookie sheet, and he just pulls the tray out. It's the whole desktop on a cookie sheet.
Yeah, that's some big cookies in there.
All right. Well, I think that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for joining
You should
us.
look closer into the doorway.
Yeah.
Just you can go to Ultima or not. Fuck. Okay, Facebook.com/Nude Clan Podcast. That's Nude spelled NEWD there. Twitch.tv/Nude Clan Gaming. Nude spelled normally. You can go to tweet me at Joseph Goulier.
Me at Obsidian Ba.
Me at Nude Clan Cam.
Me at UFF Podcast.
We have a phone line at 385-204-3921. That's
He said,
385-204-3921. Leave us a message there or an intro or whatever, and we'll play it on the show. And nudeclan.net is where you find everything else. That's how you can go to the forums, ask a question, leave comments on the episodes themselves, or you can go to support the show by following the Amazon link, buying stuff on Amazon. There's a PayPal link there and a Patreon link as well if you want to not only support the show monthly, but also be part of the drawings.
Right, yeah. And
You
speaking
might
of
get something out of it.
drawings and contests, we do have a movie coming up. It's going to be Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Going to send out a sweet, sultry double pack with not only Mortal Kombat Annihilation, but the first classic
Kombat.
Mortal Kombat film.
Oh,
And we actually got a little pitch from a little Skype message, so we're going to play that here for the Leaving a Review.
Oh.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. I know you're listening to this right now, and you know what you should do? You should leave a review for Nude Clan. That's right. If you leave a review for Nude Clan, you will be entered into a drawing to win possibly one or two great movies, just like this guy. Hi, my name's the Gaming Asian Cajun, D1 Nation, and I won something from Nude Clan, and it was awesome because my wife saw I was a winner, and my reward was that we had sex for the first time in like 15 minutes. So, yeah, you should do it. That's right. Just like this guy, you could possibly win a great movie. And if you take this opportunity and leave a review right now, one of the next movies that is coming up is Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Make sure to listen and review Nude Clan on iTunes.
Oh, wow.
Thank
And you could possibly, I guess, have sex for the first time in 15 minutes, you guys.
Yeah, that's a guarantee right there. That, sorry, man, you sent that like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. And I was like,
Wow.
oh, shit. But yeah, cool. Leave the review. Mortal Kombat Annihilation is coming up, and you guys can win a copy of that, so that'll be a good time.
All right.
I fucking hate that movie, but
Other shows, Ultimate Final Fantasy and Godzilla Podcast and Super Sexy Swinging Fan Fiction. Go check those out. We'll see you guys next week.
Enjoy the nude.
May the list go on.
live always in the nude.
Fuck off.
No!